Let's go back to January 2022, one of the coldest months in North America. A heartbreaking news shocked both Indian and Indian diaspora abroad. A family from a village in Gujarat, India tried to cross the snowy Canadian border into the US. But just 12 meters away from reaching America, the entire family froze to death. But the question is, who were they? They were Jagdish Patel, his wife, and their two young children. They had come all the way from India with the hope of reaching America and starting a new life. But their journey ended in tragedy, in temperatures as low as minus 38 degrees Celsius, with freezing winds and snow all around. But who was responsible for this? Well, the US government says that the man behind this whole plan was Harsh Patel, also known as Dirty Harry. He's an Indian man living in Florida, and he was running an illegal smuggling network that helped people cross from Canada into the US on foot. On the cold night of January 19, Steve Shand, an American man working for Dirty Harry, took a minivan and went to pick up Jagdish Patel's entire family and others near the Minnesota-Canada border. But the Patel family never made it. In the dangerous weather, they froze to death just 12 meters away from the US border. Authorities said that it felt like minus 38 degrees Celsius with wind chill. And here's the shocking part. Harsh Patel knew how dangerous the weather is going to be. He knew exactly that there were two young children in the group, but he only cared about money and not human lives. After the incident, the police started digging deeper, and they found Steve Shand with people in his van who just crossed the border. They also found text messages between Steve and Harsh Patel, clear proof that Dirty Harry was behind the plan. Steve himself confessed that he worked with Dirty Harry. Harsh Patel was later arrested in Chicago, and he has been in the US jail since then. The court found him guilty in November 2024, and he is now asking for a 19-year sentence. He is going to be officially sentenced on May 28th. But here's the most shocking part. Even after the death of 4 people, Harsh Patel has shown no regret. He still says that he had nothing to do with it, even though all the evidence point out at him. Well, a man named Yash Patel, who crossed the border that particular night with Jagdish Patel's family, was brought to the court as a witness. But he didn't help much. He said that he didn't know it was illegal or who paid the smugglers. He was working in Chicago at the time of trial. In fact, none of the Gujarati people who were part of that particular group gave any strong statement in the court. That made the case even harder for the US authorities. But the American police still pushed the case forward and built strong evidence. Now, Harsh Patel and Steve Shand are going to be punished. You know what's India's role here? This is where things get really disturbing. Back in Gujarat, India, when the news came out in 2022, there was a huge outcry. But now, nothing has happened. The case files are gathering dust. Most of the people who were helping these illegal journeys from India to Canada are out on bail, and they're roaming freely. Police even suspected Mahendra Patel, the brother of Jagdish Patel, who was believed to be involved in planning the journey. But before Indian police could arrest him, he ran away to America. Sadly, no one in India has been punished yet. You know, since this particular case, at least 7 more Indians have died trying to enter America illegally, including 2 children from Mehsana family who drowned near California. But again, no police complaint has been filed in India. You know, this shows a big gap between what the US is doing and what India isn't. While American courts are moving fast, catching smugglers and punishing the guilty, in India, many of those who arrange fake student visas or smuggling trips are still free. Let's look at a bigger picture now. This isn't just about one family or one man called Dirty Harry. It's about young Indians, specifically from Gujarat and Punjab, who are being tricked into paying lakhs of rupees to the smugglers. They are promised shortcuts to American dream, but instead they risk their lives through freezing snow, oceans, deserts, or maybe jungles. And when things go wrong, the smugglers run away and the families are left to suffer. Now let's talk about the solution. What do we need? We need better awareness in India so people don't fall for these illegal offers. We need Indian authority working together with the US and Canadian police to track and stop these smuggling networks. And most importantly, families in India should think twice before risking their lives and their children's lives just to reach a foreign land illegally. Well, this case is a painful reminder that chasing the American dream in a wrong way can turn into a nightmare. The US is finally taking action against those who are responsible, like Harsh Patel, aka Dirty Harry. But in India, more needs to be done. Let's not forget what happened to the innocent family. Let's stop the people who profit from such tragedies, and let's make sure that no lives are lost ever again.